Dreamers Welcome Podcast.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I go by CEO PESO. I'm blessed and highly favored. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We have a interview that is long awaited. We had a hiccup before, so we doing it right this time. I've been rocking with my mans for over a decade right now. Stand there 15 years now. Think about it.
15.
Yeah.
15.
But SGB. SleekoGotBars, Simple Got Bangers, or all the other shit that you be.
You know, we'll keep it brief. SleekoGotBars, SGB, man. Good looking. Appreciate you for having me.
I appreciate you on the joint, man.
God.
So, how you feeling, man? What's going on with you?
Man, I'm good, man. Just riding this Provide and Protect wave.
Yeah. Provide and Protect.
Shows coming up. Whole lot going on, man.
That dropped when? July?
July 2nd.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
Friday, July 2nd. Yep.
what's been the feedback on that? How it's been going?
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of big names picking up on it, man. And to be honest, man, this project more than any other project I done dropped, man. I'm seeing a lot of new faces in my DMs, in my comments. You know what I'm saying? So that just tells me I'm on the right trajectory, man. But the feedback has been amazing, man.
I'm about to say, why you think that is, though? Why you think now you get
just
more?
Because I've been consistent. You know what I'm saying? Consistently dropping videos. I'm consistently showing up to do, stuff like this.
Yeah.
Performing. People seeing my face more and more. So, excuse me. So now that they done heard this one, they heard God Bless the Real, it was a year since I had dropped the project. So I think the anticipation was there.
Absolutely. All right, so let's rewind a little bit. Your background, your upbringing, where you from, and just give me a little bit about your past history.
Man, born and raised in Dayton, Ohio. I was actually born in Marysville. My mom was locked up, doing a 3-year stint at the time. She did 9 altogether. But from day 3 or 4 of my life, I've been in Dayton, Ohio. Both of my parents were heavily musically influenced. Big rock background. My grandfather played the sax in a blues band, stuff like that. But I've been here my whole life, man. Dayton niggas for life.
Absolutely. All right, so before the music had, now that you say it sounds like music already just been tapped into your whole life period. But coming up though, before you started taking music serious, was it anything else you saw yourself doing? Like, man,
listen, I've been doing music as long as I can remember, bro. Like, since a kid, like a young kid, like 4 or 5, coming up with melodies and singing my own words over songs that was on the radio and stuff. So, bro, my passion was just always music, bro. And then as I got older, 11 or 12, I seen like Bow Wow and these Romeo, these other kids that was kids like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, doing their thing. So that's around the time when I really felt like, damn, this shit possible.
Yeah, shouts out to them, because I just thought about that, thinking about it now. Like we looking at the older crowd, rappers, thinking that it's impossible. But when you saw artists at the same age as you or looking like kids or whatever the case is, that's kind of gave you some more inspiration.
That's what made me feel like, damn, this could actually happen, because I was already writing raps and writing little hooks and writing bars before I even knew what bars meant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So when Bow came out, like Romeo and them came out, it was like, oh, okay. And then I found out Bow Wow was from Ohio. I'm like, oh shit, it's the one nigga right up the street.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So I guess that goes into the next question. Early influences. So you got Bow, Romeo, the same age.
Now look, I don't want to say they was actually like an influence on my style of music.
Yeah.
I think they made me realize that it was possible.
Right.
But as far as like music itself, early T.I., 03, 04, I'm Serious, trap music, Urban Legend, early Wayne, mixtape Wayne, Dipset.
Absolutely.
Jay. I'm from that era, man, where you had to be able to rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm from that era where you had to be able to spit. So it wasn't no melodic hooks. It wasn't none of that.
It was bars.
Yeah, it was straight bar. Cassidy, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Fabulous.
Jada,
of course. Big shout out to Jada. You know what I'm saying? Styles P. Like, you had to be able to spit. And even back in the late 90s, X, rest in peace DMX, Nas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm from that era, so.
So, all right, I'm bouncing around a little bit, but do you think the way rap going now with it, did it make it harder for you to, like, did you adjust now? Because now it ain't bars, it's more melodic, it's more like ABC type shit or whatever.
Like, bro, you gotta understand, I come from melodics. My dad sung lead vocals in a glam rock band. My mom sung lead vocals in a punk rock band.
Yeah.
So all they shit was melody. Wasn't no You know what I'm
So
saying?
you remember their records? You remember?
I remember a few of my Pops records. He had this song called Lucky Charm that I thought was a little damn near a hit.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? If he would have really stuck with it, I think that one would have took him there. But I'm from that. You know what I'm saying? I come from that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I started rapping, you had to be able to rap. So as the game changed, it was easy for me to transition because it was already in my blood. It was already in my DNA. I was already from that makeup. So it was easy for me.
So what made you transition to taking it serious? Is like, I hate the term rapper, but to be an artist, to be like, okay, like I'm about to start fucking with this shit 24/7. Like this is it. Like what turned that corner?
It's just my passion. You know what I'm saying? Even if I wasn't here doing this right now, I'd probably be somewhere recording. It's my passion. It's like the nigga that never had no plans on going to the league, but he at the court every day shooting, working on his handle package. You know what I'm saying? He in the gym, you know, whatever.
Well,
that was me. That was me pre Moves Media. You know what I'm saying? That was me before Moves Media. I was still in the gym just because I had the passion for it. Like some niggas, they get off work, you know, they at their 9 to 5, they get off work, they go hoop, they get off work, they go work out. Like that's their thing. Like it's like making music, you know what I'm saying? So it's really my passion more than anything. Like, and even if I never was in a situation where I could take it serious as I do now, you know, to get to the point that I am now, I still would be the same shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask this too, because you know I don't got a background of rapping or anything like that. But what's your process of practicing how to get better? Like I never understood how do you get better at the artistry of like rapping? Like how do you go about it?
Man, just repetition, man. Just doing it over and over and over and over and over. If you don't, I take it back to basketball. Granted, I love basketball too. I can't hoop, for the record. I ain't no fucking hooper. But you go out on the court right now, even myself, if I go out on the court for 6 months and I ain't got no type of I ain't got no type of form. You go out there and you do that every day, eventually you're gonna develop some type of skill behind it. And just like I said, my 10,000 hours, they say it's 10,000 hours before you become a master or something. That was years ago I passed that.
Absolutely.
That just come from me doing it since, like I said, 4 or 5, humming and coming with my own little words, the songs that was on the radio, and then writing raps over it. Like when you had the tape players, you remember when you would record a song off the radio?
Yeah. Not all of it. I
You
use
press
all that
play
shit.
and play and pause or whatever at the same time, and it'll record. I'd be writing my own songs over my favorite songs before instrumentals was even a thing, before LimeWire, before all that. And just repetition, man, just doing it over and over and over and over. Eventually you get better. Like I didn't used to have no type of melodic game. My melodic game used to be trash. I remember there was a point in time when, shout out JR the Star, but I was just straight bars, and he said, like, bro, you got to start writing songs, bro. You got to learn how to put these bars and come with song format. I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? But just, like I said, shooting over and over and over and over. Now I'm cold with that shit. I'm one of the motherfucking coldest to do it.
Absolutely. I vouch for that. So let's talk about when we first met, because you played a super significant part in my life when I started Trendset, and shouts out to JR, because we connected through his cousin at the time, and then, you know, y'all came through to the booth. That
was so many years ago. That was
that was
06, 05.
It was like 05. It was like 05 going into 06, because I was graduating that year.
So we was still in high school, and my oldest son, gonna be in high school in a few years. That's the crazy part.
Deep.
Like looking back, like. But go ahead. What was you saying?
Nah, just explain that part of when you got into music, because how deep was you into it at that point?
Like at that point, like. I was rapping with
this is like 15 years ago, by the way.
It was me, Oreo Baby, aka Superstar O.
Shouts out to O.
I ain't even trying to be for that's what it was. And JR exclusive, JR the Star, whatever y'all call him. When we met you, man, it's crazy because JR had just started making the beats because we didn't have any beats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we rapping over instrumental CDs and calling each other with verses, and I don't know exactly what led into him or what programs he was using, but bruh started calling us with original beats. And then that's when I started hearing the name PESO. I started hearing the name Verse. I started hearing the name QB, you know what I'm saying, and the D Shani and, you know, all them. Big shout out to them, but it was dope because y'all had like this structure that we was looking for. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had this compound, you know, big shout out to Granny's Garage.
Olive Road, man.
You know, y'all
Landmark.
Y'all had this structure that me and O didn't have at the time. It was just me and O. And all y'all was from where y'all was from, and we from the other side of town. You know what I'm saying? But y'all embrace us with open arms because I guess, I don't know if it was the hunger. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was, but
it was fresh.
I'm definitely grateful for them times, man, because those times molded me into the artist I am. To be able to come into the studio knowing I got a certain amount of time to drop these 5 fucking records that I done wrote.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a big factor in shaping, me who I am into who I am today. So I'm grateful for them times, man.
Nah, them days was amazing. And I think the way we meshed with each other, because y'all came with a structure to us, and unknowingly, like, I didn't know that because y'all had the in-house producer and everything.
Right,
and Mike D was kind of with us at the time.
Right.
But he was still rocking with like Railroad Heavy and everything like that. So then JR came through blessing us with it. And
Shout out to Railroad too, man. It's my favorite. Damn near my favorite.
Yeah, we still piecing that verse together though. We still getting that feature together. So fast forward. All right, so we link up. All right, we dropping Life on Edge. We dropping the mixtapes and everything like that. Let's talk about, because Life on the Edge, I think you had a small stretch with that, and then you started doing the other mixtapes. Yeah. So where did Life on the Edge come from? Like at that time of life, explain why did you choose to say that?
Life on the Edge was, I knew I had all this music. I had these songs to these instrumentals, some of my favorite instrumentals at the time. I had these records that I was doing with JR. Some of the songs he gave me just because he wasn't really in like any type of album mode. He was just cooking. So he gave me a few of the records, and then I was just making the other music that I was making, bro. So I needed a title that kind of like, I needed a title that represented all the music without me having to have a specific direction with the music.
Right.
So Life on the Edge, it was just like I can go in here and say whatever. Tape could have been a whole different tape. Life on the Edge still would have made sense. You know what I'm saying? So to be honest, a lot of people don't know that. They're like, man, that shit just sounds so hard. And I'm like, man, I just was trying to come with some shit that would universally make sense for whatever I decided to drop. But
how was your life at the time of that? Like,
oh man, at that time, man, that was a very difficult time for me, man. I had for the people who didn't know, man, I had been on my own, man, since 15. You know what I mean? And I had some good people around me that, kept me afloat, helped me stay afloat or whatever. But at that time, shit, I was about to have a son. You know what I'm saying? I was damn near homeless. I was just dealing with a lot. So that made sense to my life, but the music was just so all over the place. Yeah. You know what I mean? The music was just so all over the place that it was just like it's still as true to life as it was to my situation. It made sense with the music too. So
and that's why I appreciate about you and is how you carry yourself. Yeah. Because I was around a lot of the times where I seen the deeper side of it. Yeah. And for you to like I love the phrase perception is reality. Like you always show the artistry side rather than like letting the personal shit get to you. And that's still from the passion, just having the passion, bro. And that goes into the next question. What keeps you motivated? Like I think we've seen each other down there at our darkest times. Yeah. So what kept you driven and motivated to just, all right, get out the slump and I'm gonna keep doing this shit? Because it's a thin line to giving it up.
It is. But it just, for me, it was always something to turn to. You know what I mean? And like I said, no matter what I'm going through in my life, no matter how serious shit is, this is gonna be a part of it. No matter what, we in the studio right now. Yeah. Like before you pulled up, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, he was dropping. So, yeah, absolutely.
Nigga could be out doing whatever, doing any type of, going on with my day, doing other things. But I'd rather be in this motherfucker doing what I do best. Like, and it's just like I said, it was always something for me to turn to, whether I'm down, whether I'm up, whether I'm broke, whatever. Like, it's just part of my everyday. It's a natural thing. Like,
was it ever thought to really giving up though?
Never. But I never. When you say giving up, you mean like not taking it serious to where like I'm actually pursuing it.
Exactly.
Shit, I was doing this. I never really started pursuing it until 2018, 2019. Like the last few years, I've actually been like, okay, let me lock in. Let me try to change my life with this shit. Let me feed my family with this shit. Let me, really try to better everybody around me with the music. Man, other than that, I was still dropping 2-3 songs a day. Yeah. If not writing 2 or 3 songs a day, 2-3 verses, whatever, whether it be a hook here, 2 verses there, whatever. Like, I was still cooking. So even when I didn't, my whole time of doing it, you know, from 2003 to 2017, 2018, it was all based on just my passion for it. Like I was going to be doing that no matter what. So.
Yeah. So fast forward, you know, you've always to me been like your own executive producer. So you wear multiple hats. Like you have to choose the instrumental or the beat. You have to come up with the concept.
Write the song, record the song.
Yeah, so is that difficult or is that just like second nature to you?
It's second nature. You know what I mean? Like,
because a lot of people ain't even got the endurance to handle that shit like the way you can do it.
It's just knowing how to feed your ear. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, a lot of artists I've noticed that I've been around, man, they go in listening to beats. They looking for a beat they don't really know how to pick their beats. They're just like, oh, this shit's slapping, but they don't really know why it's slapping, or they don't really have, like, as soon as I hear a beat, 20 seconds in, I'm already either halfway through a hook or I got an idea, and if not, I'm on to the next one. You know what I mean? And it might be some of the hardest shit in the world. I might download it anyway or buy it anyway just to listen to, just for because I just love the instruments in it, or I like the vibe of it, the tone of it. I might want to sit on my back porch and take a few shots and vibe out, you know what I mean, and get on the grill, just whatever. But, you know, like I said, I've noticed a lot of people have a hard time with beat selection more so than writing the song. You know what I'm saying? I
mean, because that's a big part of it's the beat.
Like, if you look at Ross, like somebody like Ross,
super instrumental.
It's so easy. Yeah. It's probably the easiest shit for him to just go listen to a niggas send him beats every day.
Exactly.
It's probably easy as hell for him to just run through 100, 150 beats and just be like, oh yeah, that's him. That's one. Because he been doing it, repetition. You know what I'm saying? He been doing it over and over and over and over, and he knows where his weak points are. He knows where his strong points are. He knows the type of beats he's best to do the turn up hooks on. He knows the soulful stuff. You know what I'm saying? He like it's second nature, man.
I'm about to say, so where does the confidence level come in at? Like, to where you just a sure shot of like no outside opinions, like you know what it is. Like you said, Ross can 150, he could pick one or two and know it's it.
It's just when I hear that beat and that shit just come off top.
Okay.
When like the idea just flow.
It's off a top. Feeling.
You know. Like I might, and like I got a song called "No Pain No Gain" on
my shit
on Unlimited Vibes.
Yeah. That's my shit.
And I had that beat on ice for at least 8-9 months. But I just knew, I said, once I figure out the direction, because the beat just went so hard. It was so, like, just, whatever it was about that beat that grabbed my ear, I bought it on the spot as soon as I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I said, that's one of the rare records that took me a little longer to lock in on, because like if you listen to Follow Code, that was off top as soon as the beat drops. Stand 10 toes, check my goals, count my is off top. You know what I mean? So for the most part, and I guess that go back to my creative process, like the shit be off top for me. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point now where as soon as I hear a beat, I'm kind of already, I might not have the words, but I already know the direction I'm going. I already know the vibe, the melody. I already can I can just hear it. You know what I mean?
Do you still write? I mean, I know that's a cliche answer.
No. Okay. I'm pretty much I'm with the new wave, man. I'm 4-5 bars here, 4-5 there. Step away,
plug
listen
it in.
to it.
Yeah, punch in.
Yeah, I might move a couple bars over here, whatever. Because I ain't no engineer, but I know the basics.
You know how to structure it now.
Yeah, I know how to structure it. So yeah, that's another thing I want to get into too, man. Learning how to mix and master myself. If I can learn how to mix and master myself, like to off top. Like as I'm going,
it's easy.
Man, my process would be
it'd
be
all in-house,
literally, bro.
Yeah. So let's talk about shouts out to Jay, shouts out to Mel, shouts out to Moves, Powered by Moves. Let's talk about how that connection got created.
Man, to be honest, like I got a call from again, shout out JR the Star. I got a call from JR one day, and I guess Jason Lee had been looking for my number or whatever, because I hadn't spoke to him in a long time. I was kind of in a space where I was just doing the family thing, rocking with the kids, and I was just kind of out the way. Jason basically was trying to pick back up where we left off from a situation we had in 1913.
1913, yeah.
And shout out to all them artists too, everybody that was involved in 1913.
Great fucking run. That shit was amazing.
That was a legendary dating run for sure, man. But So I ended up getting in contact with Jay Lee, this 2018, and he like, let's meet at Chipotle. We meet at Chipotle, man, and he kind of just laid out this blueprint, which ended up becoming Moves Media. He had an idea of how he wanted to do the rollout for my first release. He basically was just tired of working corporate. You know what I mean? He wanted to be the corporation. You know what I'm saying?
He had a run with GTC before that, and then that slowed down.
So he kind of already was a little experienced with the basics. You know what I mean? But he wanted to take it to that next level, and he had been tapping into my SoundCloud at the time because I was just dropping all the music on SoundCloud, and he was rocking with the music. So he like, shit, let's pick back up where we left off, and this is how we gonna do it. So we laid out this blueprint. And pretty much everything that he said we was going to do, we've done and we've exceeded, to this point. You know what I mean? He kind of had a 3-year plan, and shit, here we are 3 years. You in Moves Global right now.
Absolutely.
And, but yeah, I bought in and we locked in, and I think maybe 2-3 months later, we dropped the first project, Good Spirits, Bad Vibes. The feedback was fucking crazy. And that's when I knew, like, okay, this shit's still possible, because when I put that project together, it was basically... half of it was older music that I had from the, the SoundCloud era, and then half of it were newer records as I was evolving into the new sound. My music was becoming a little more melodic, but I still had the bars, So that project, like, I listened to some of the records on there, and I'm like, oh, this could have been so much harder.
A little cringy, yeah.
But when I woke up that day, when it dropped at midnight, I think it was, I want to say January 18th, 2018. I could be wrong. But I remember I listened to it all the way through at midnight. I'm like, okay, cool. We out. It's on all the platforms. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Google Play, all that stuff. And, man, I woke up and I shit you not, man. It was a good 70, 80 people that, no bullshit, had already shared today's stories. Was already riding to it this 7 in the morning. You know what I mean? This is a Saturday morning. People done left the club.
But your fan base, man. You
so,
be having eyes on you. You been had eyes on you from what I know. Like, you always was a good standout individual of, like, the lyricism and everything. And I'm not being biased. It's just like,
for sure.
Because I know some of your shit word for word. Like, I can't say that with every artist I don't work with. So, all right, so dealing with, coming from the structure of doing everything by yourself, and then dealing with Moves Media, and Jay and everybody, what's some personal changes that you feel like you have to make within yourself to because you basically got a machine behind you now.
Yeah.
So what changes did you have to like go through?
The hardest part for me, bro, I guess I can answer it like this. The hardest part for me has been figuring out how to balance my time with my family. You know what I mean? Like, I got a new baby, a new son coming in November. You know what I mean? And I already got 3 other boys and a girl, you know what I mean? So it's like figuring out how to balance that time, knowing like, okay, I got to go to Dayton, for 3-4 days. I got this going on. I got a show. I got a podcast. I got an interview here. I got this, that, this, that, and third. And so just figuring out how to balance that time has been the most difficult. But, luckily, my situation at home, everybody, we all on the same page. So it's been a little bit easier than it would probably be for your average individual to make work. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I mean, I live in Atlanta, Capo here, and, niggas got to make it work. You know what I mean?
You got to, because you still got to be active. You might have to miss certain things, you know what I mean? Because you got business to handle, but that's just part of, the game we playing in. So
absolutely. Any word of advice to people who is going through what they might consider the most? Like, what if somebody came up to you and be like, man, what keeps you going? What keeps you driven? Like, where do you get your discipline from? Like,
man, just maintaining the faith, man. Like I said, man, I done slept on my best friend's floor. I done slept on futons. I done been hungry. I done, been through this, been through that, been through hell and back, man. But I always just had that faith that it was greener on the other side. I just had to work my way to the other side. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a hard task.
Exactly. And once you lose that faith, man, and you lose that passion for things in life, and to be honest, music helped me through a lot of that too. You know what I mean? Having content, having stuff to talk about, and how can I express it? You know what I mean? Because I'm not about to just be walking around like, hey, y'all, look at me. I'm going through this. I want this attention. Nah,
ain't no pity party.
I can express it in the music. So just find something you passionate about and stick to it, and that'll always help you through. So like I said, music was definitely that for me, and I guess that attributes back to what you had asked me earlier. How even when you don't got nothing to look forward to, how do you continue?
Keep going.
The passion there. I just love music, and I love it so much that no matter how fucked up shit is, I continue to do it.
Absolutely.
Regardless.
All right, so man, I think we covered a lot of good ground. This ain't gonna be the last one we do, but let the people know what you got going on, what's coming up.
First of all, everybody follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, SleekoGotBars. Hey, I'm on TikTok now too. My son was on my ass about me getting on TikTok. He said I need to get on TikTok. Shout out Lil Rico. But I'm on TikTok, SleekoGotBars 937. Provide and Protect is out everywhere right now. Go stream that. Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, wherever you listen to your music at, Provide and Protect is on there right now. And go subscribe to my YouTube too, SleekoGotBars. And this ain't the last shit I'm dropping of the year too. I got something very, very, very special coming towards the end of the year. So y'all be on the lookout for that, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Sleek, I appreciate you being on the platform, my G.
Yes, sir.
We got another one. We got another one coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna space it out. But yeah, everybody tune in. Like, comment, subscribe. Dreamers Welcome Podcast. Keep on dreaming. Holla at y'all.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast.